All right, it is time to start planning out some of these projects in the backyard. The first thing we're going to do is put just a fence. We're just going to do a quick, simple fence using probably cow panels and stuff. I got my little thingy majig measuring thing. You just like roll it and it tells you, like the feet and all that stuff. So I'm gonna go start mapping out where I kind of want the fence. But I'm super excited, starting to plan out the projects for next year. We're gonna probably try to do the fence before we leave for Christmas break. But we'll see what ends up happening. So let me start measuring out. All right, from the house to that tree, it is 52 feet. I'm gonna round it to maybe 53 feet, maybe. We'll go with 55 feet. Okay, y'all remember that because I might forget later. But I'm thinking I'm gonna do it from this corner of the house to there because that's just gonna be open. I really just want kind of like a fenced in area for the baby to run around, and I don't have to worry about her running into the cactus because I was this close to having a big disaster because she almost ran into a small pile of cactus. She wasn't paying attention, but uh, yeah, I think that's there. And now I'm gonna measure that way, and well, I already know this way, so. All right, so lengthwise is going to be there's a beetle right there, got distracted. Lengthwise is going to be about 65 feet. So again, y'all remember because I might forget. So it's what 55 by 65 for the backyard. Uh and then what else? I need to measure something else. I can't think of it right now. I'm also going to measure this whole section because I want to put it in my Canva layout that I have. So that way I don't have to come out here and measure again. I already know kind of the dimensions for whatever I decide to put out here. I don't know if y'all seen previous videos, but I've been putting it on Canva on the whiteboard. If y'all are curious on how I'm doing that, I could do a quick little video later on. But basically, taking the measurements and doing it to scale on there. And then this is going to help me for future projects so I don't have to keep coming out here and measuring. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, so that was 100 feet from that pipe that's sticking out all the way to the meter right there. I went ahead and just measured that whole thing. Now I got to measure the width right here so I could kind of figure out. And also, this little section right here, I'm going to individually kind of like also map out because I think this is where I'm going to end up putting my raised garden beds. um the the sewer, the septic tank, not sewer but septic tank drainage comes all the way over here, but I think if I put them over here and in raised garden beds, I think I should be okay as long as I don't put any um any vegetables that really have deep roots. I could put those maybe further that way. I don't know, y'all tell me what y'all think, if y'all think that's a good idea or not. If not, there's another section that I could possibly put them, but this one is like literally right here. Let me show y'all. This is already cleared out, and it pretty much stops right there. And then the line, I gotta find the flag because it got run over, but I think it's like right here. the drainage, because this was cleared out by another contract, not the people that put the septic in. So I think this would be a good spot for a few. I'm thinking I could probably put 3 rows of like maybe three, depending how big I make them. But yeah, and then over here, I don't know, maybe I think the chicken coop I was thinking, but I think it might be just too close to the house. I don't really want them that close. I don't know yet. But I'm going to go ahead and map this out. Right, so that section is 33 in length and it was 20 feet wide because I have to stop right here where these trees are. Now, one little kind of update on the termites. We did have a termite guy come out here and told us that we really don't have to worry because one, the house is brand spanking new, so it's already pre-treated and all that. Same thing with the deck. And we also pushed everything pretty far away. And also the type of termites that we have, they actually, I think they're called like agricultural or agriculture, something like that. Termites, basically, they prefer the woodsy stuff. They don't really like to go into the houses. So they're not expected to go in there. So he was like, you don't need a treatment or anything like that. Maybe in a few years, but we're good. The only thing that I'm going to, anyways, I got interrupted because something was chirping over there. Don't know what it was. But, anyways, um, we should be good. The only thing that I'm kind of worried about will be the garden beds because I probably am going to use wood, untreated wood. But I mean, it is what it is. We'll see how that goes. And I will be using, which is probably not a good idea because I'll be using that as a base so I don't have to use as much dirt. I don't know. If whoever's an expert, let me know down in the comments any ideas of that. Maybe I'll do some metal ones too and still put that. I don't know, but I got till next spring to figure it out. All right, and then in this little area, I'm thinking I put like a little shed here because the idea is going to be that this will be like a play area and maybe like a little if you want to do like some weights or something because we have some weights over there. And I just measured and basically an 8 by 10 shed should fit here, which is more than enough. And then it will be um away if you could see oops, the flag right there and then there's another little flag right there. um it'll be further back that we should be fine. Also, while I was unpacking the box, I found this shade sail whatever. I actually use these in California and these are very sturdy and they withheld the crazy winds. I used to live in Ramona and it's way up there, so it gets really windy up there. And those held up pretty well. I used them for the dog area and the back area, and it would get really hot in California. So I'm sure it'll be fine here. Um, it's a 12 by 12, so I don't know where I would put it. But we need some shade back here, and we don't plan to put a roof over the decks and extend for a while, so I'll probably just hook them up there somehow. Well, my husband will, he will do that stuff. I just do the fun stuff of planning. And he's actually doing a project right now. He's setting up a cat patio for my sister for her 2 cats. So actually, let's go look at that. And then here is my husband. He's setting up the lights for my sister, like a whole bunch of string lights so that way she's not in the dark out here. Of course, my husband is doing the worst, which stresses me out, but he has a record of hurting himself on Thanksgiving, so hopefully not today. Yeah, last year he really messed up his leg, and today he's deciding that he's going to stand on the very top of the ladder when it says not to.
Last Thanksgiving, literally, I think it was the day before, we had family visiting in California, and there was a, I don't know, month or two old kombucha bottle in our fridge, and we were cleaning out the fridge. And when I took it out of the fridge, for those who don't know, kombucha, when sitting for a while, gets a lot of fizz. What's it called? Carbonation buildup. Anyway, so I dropped the kombucha bottle, and as soon as it hit the floor, it exploded and glass flew everywhere, to include 3 spots on my leg. One here, not so bad, but this one here, you could see the bone. And I immediately had to go to the ER. It was really, really great time. So I'm actually very thankful this year that I have yet to be injured other than this minor scratch from the mesquite tree. It is a utility tray and it says don't stand on it, but I couldn't reach without standing on it.
Great.
Trailer dust on me.
Anyways, here's the cat patio that my sister ordered for the cats while she's out here and they have somewhere to go instead of just being stuck in the RV. And eventually, when we move her to her side, we're going to build a sturdier and bigger one that she could probably be in and stuff. But yeah, it's not too bad. It's a little kind of flimsy, in my opinion. Definitely not coyote proof, but she's not gonna be out here without well, they're not gonna be out here without her, so
Well, the one thing you have to watch for when hanging lights in mesquite trees are the thorns. I thought those thorns were only in these small baby bushes. They're not. Look at this. Look at this. I rubbed a thorn.
great.
Yeah.
And I see you survived the ladder this Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But the day's not over.
That's correct. I could still hurt myself. So, more things to do.
Well, that's pretty much it for this video. Trying to do a little bit of Vlogmas, but not dedicating myself to every day because that's stressful. But yeah, I took a few measurements. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.